Channel 247, TV that excites.
The midweek is here again. Good morning to you. We are coming to you live from our studios here at 41 Sinyan Avenue, Kanda. This and now coming up, Chief of Impatrum calls for action to deal with resident standoff with the military over mining concession, which has caused the death of the assembly member of the area. Also in the news today, Gonjaland Youth Association gives Dr. Palgrave Boache 1 week ultimatum to retract comment on Benin conflict. Also in the news, Minority Caucus raises alarm over arrest of Abronya DC and growing threats to democracy. And in business, GWCL seeks 280% water tariffs hike, blames Galamsey for rising cost. We have the details of all these stories and many more coming up. Do stay with us. Remember, we are streaming live on our Facebook platform at Channel 247 and on YouTube at Channel 247 TV. Do check us out on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Irabna Boatin, and now let's settle for the details of today's stories. To the first, the assembly member for Abuabo in the Amansiam West District of the Ashanti region, Samuel Dankwa, has died following a violent clash between residents of Impatrim and military personnel. Dankwa was confirmed dead at the hospital after reportedly being shot during the confrontation. 2 other individuals sustained gunshot wounds and are receiving medical care. The incident, which occurred yesterday, stemmed from growing tensions between the local youth and security forces over a mining concession. According to residents, the clash was triggered by accusations that soldiers protecting Asanko mines had killed a miner a day earlier. In protest, agitated residents blocked access roads, leading to a violent altercation with the military.
Any niama ebe pamon kwafo eti ye jania no ye nua ba kokoto ensuo nim ye nua ba omuku no omodi ade aburo no de aba omodi aba aburo no omuwie ye jane de ye de nim ade ye kwade achen ye no ye nua na kwa ye no hu oda ensuo nim a ye de na to anu a na ha nyina no atete a asojafo adai omaku ndi atu ensuo mu ade achen de ye kobusa sai ade ane ya ye wo mu a in case sai ye no mlati kure mu asai so be muti me kan kire ye firi kwa no so ya akọ no ya ye kodu o mu ho man na ba ye no me ye abamfo bi no ba ye ko ye ele ba na ne kuro no bonte ele ba body good months le de ma na ne kuro so koto no le ye kwa ye de ne kwa na bada ho no abeda ni kuro enti eni mu ntaka bia se eni mu ni ntokwa eni bibia de ma sago man na ti ase se wo mba ye no mu sa se patomufo eni ma won ntokwa bi ku ana na se de tiken bia wo mu so na otima ko ponto wuli pa ni wies kwa so saka ya na bibiasi mafu edese ya de na ba mo se bia se na asia Master Swanfa, a one young mobile biaso. As I go to Yay, when the person has a Nipa. Let's go back one now somewhere. Just a go. And I just sorry, yeah, Baba, who you put back. Man's the fuck body to you. Man's the fun of my father, your father, see, and you have a book and go. You're not going to be a woman who 9 hours already at the buyer. As some of them would say, a buyer name, a black prayer name. So, baby, Sassia, other woman and no master. Woman, just one more.
And the point is, sorry, you're work. I don't friend say, Jamai. And you say, and I'm saying, I said, man, I declare what they are. It's here, I don't believe the food to buy. Or buy a body cure. I say, you know, I did not choose you. And they go over the buy. And the boys say, oh, yes, you open the up of my, I said before. The idea, my body cure, and they were my watching. No one going to work. And I mean, they still so called said, they were catching up, said, yes, yes, it's only out of 10 but you have a far and you for.
And now let's get more from our Ashanti regional correspondent, Fatao Bayaga. Fatao, have security agencies or the mining company officially responded to the incident or the allegations of a miner being killed earlier?
Yes, the Asanko Gold Mines released a statement yesterday trying to clarify what happened between some military officers that we told are protecting their company and that of the locals within that area. And in fact, according to them, the officers were deployed by the Ghana Chamber of Mines. So it was an initiative by the Ghana Chamber of Mines to protect that particular mining concession, dismissing the claims by some of the residents that it's a deliberate attempt by the company to wall off the locals from that particular concession. And in fact, this has been a very huge dispute between the locals and the company over the years. And yesterday, it escalated to this point where the assembly member for Abu Abu was killed in the process. Almost every year, the locals complain that they have a mining concession that they have been mining there for or operating there for a very long time. But since the Asanko Gold Mines company came, they are trying to take over that mining concession from them, which they say, if that happens, is going to cripple their livelihoods, and they are going to protect this particular, all the fierce resist attempts by the company taking over this particular mining concession.
But what is the current condition of the two injured residents, and where are they receiving treatment?
So they are receiving treatment at a local hospital within that particular area. We're told that they are responding to treatment as of now. But in relation to the general issue, we're told that calm has returned to the community. But then even though anger is still rife among the residents, given the fact that they lost one of their assembly members in the process. In fact, even yesterday after that incident, they banned or they set many of vehicles of the company ablaze just to register their displeasure.
Okay, thank you for the update, Fatao. And that was our Ashanti regional correspondent, Fatao Bayaga, bringing us updates concerning the Abu Abu assembly member who was killed in a clash with military at Impatuum. Meanwhile, the chief of the Impatuum in the Ashanti region, Nana Samwachia II, has expressed worry about the violent clashes between residents and soldiers, which has led to the death of the assembly member of the area. The clashes, which follows the community's resistance to the takeover of their mine by a local mining company, it resulted in a burning of some vehicles and the firing of gunshots by the military.
Afi achetie ne saa be 2 months ni de ene buhia ne ene mo kasa efa sanya mu si cheche atmande hie no ho no eka anya adwuma eka anya adwuma te de nura anajo anopai ni amte yanse ese no o masa ko bushi ho akopam mema no ye adwuma bi ho akopam wo mo ama bi abafie wo mo aka no so yantumi amba nti de koba no se afede ade achinti omu kwa akohwe wo mo ekohwe wo mo aka no ekoya ba ko de yabonu tuye mu na wo wuda hono Etutu so mo start mamba de to bi wo bonte so. Eno prepare nipa so hu. Transformer ho no masai no. Nsem bebre so hu. Oba na mba kire wo kwan so a na mo ha no. Obi da de aduane kwa mo obi kura wo wire mu a na mo age aburo na o kire aburo. Ya mo si se ne mo ye no de che wo mo ma asumdue kura emba. Tie kura meme ne menana no mo hemfo no nyina ya adwen se ene ye de krate ko ma wo mo se fiada ye ne wo mo meeting den. Efa sa wo mo si tata adehye no. Ene sa ade chi ye ya sa asemu yi ababebu mu. So ho se se de ekoso no enya asem papa. Ye se asem ne ban no wo ni krom. Ye abo. Mo afre na ba. Sa de wo ho se de asem de asem na si wo. Obeduru ya pe mabolutuo akuno na sana ye ni patra edi asankofo no ye de anu odin nya de am se o pese ne yetran asubiem magie ba.
Away from that, a massive fire reportedly triggered by an explosion has destroyed a warehouse owned by Chinese traders at Latabiokoshi in Accra. The blaze, which began around 4 p.m., spread to at least 3 nearby buildings in the residential area. Firefighting efforts in the area are still ongoing as personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service work to contain the flames and prevent further spread. The cause of the explosion is yet to be confirmed, though preliminary information points to a possible electrical fault. Authorities have not confirmed whether there were any casualties. We'll be speaking to ACFO 2 Nisawo Rashid Kwame. He is the Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana National Fire Service on this. But remember, you're still watching News 247 live. Remember, we are streaming live on our Facebook platform. And as I said, we'll be speaking to Jeremiah Masupe, who is my colleague. Also, he's currently on the ground, and so we'll be connecting to him shortly to speak to him. Well, away from that, the Gonja Land Youth Association has issued a firm 1-week ultimatum to political analyst Palgrave Boache Dankwa. They demand he retract his recent remarks on the Binyuri clashes, either substantiate his claims or face their wrath.
A political analyst, Dr. Boache Dankwa, speaking on Channel 1 TV, called for a state of emergency in the Savannah region to quell violent clashes in Binyuri and alleged that Gonjalanders were in possession of weapons. Claims the Youth Association warns could inflame tensions unless retracted and supported by evidence.
In light of the above, the Gonjaland Youth Association demands the following from Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa. He must provide credible and verifiable evidence to support his claim that Gonjas possess rifles and ammunition, as he alleged on national television. 2. He must explain the rationale behind his dangerous call for a state of emergency across the entire Savannah region, a move that risks destabilizing the area and escalating tension. 3. If he fails to provide evidence, we demand an immediate retraction of his comments and a formal public apology to the people of Gonjaland.
Meanwhile, the king and overlord of Gonjaland organized an Islamic prayer gathering calling for lasting peace. Also, according to Interior Minister Mohammed Mutaka Mubarak, over 65% of those displaced during the Binyuri conflict have now returned home following concerted peace-building efforts.
More than 65% have returned home, yet the biggest concern we have is our colleagues and compatriots across the borders. Many are coming back, but we want to even facilitate that and make it even faster. In the Bole district, in the Swala to Nakalba, a lot of cooperation is coming. Since we met Yagwamura, his chiefs are cooperating, the youth are cooperating. So we hope that, we have given ourselves, maybe by the end of the month or by the time the committee finishes its work, we should be able to get largely almost everybody back home.
August 24, 2025, as clashes sparked by a land dispute in Binyiri, Sala, Tuna Kaba District, Savannah region. The violence claimed at least 31 lives and displaced nearly 50,000 residents across approximately 12 communities. However, a 7-member mediation committee led by Emmanuel Bombande and including key peace-building and parliamentary figures has since been established to facilitate dialogue, reconciliation, and the resettlement of displaced residents.
Well, let me take you back to Latebio Kwashi, where there's a fire outbreak, and speak to ACFO to Nisawu Rashid Kwame. He is the Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana National Fire Service. Thank you for your time, sir. What is the current status of the firefighting operation, and how soon can the situation be fully brought under control?
Okay, as I speak to you, the excavator has arrived. We all asked for an excavator from the assembly. The Member of Parliament and the MCE has brought in the excavator. What the excavator is coming to do now, is to ensure that it opens up the fire load. It's going to use the excavator to spread and allow us to pour water to get to the seat of the fire.
But I mean, the fire started yesterday, and you've not really gotten the source of the fire, if I am understanding you well.
No, the fire started yesterday. We were around 3 there, but we were called in at 15 hours. That's 15 minutes after 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And at exactly 24 minutes after 4 o'clock, we were here. So we were here. It took us only 9 minutes. We came here, we were able to match our 6 fire tenders. And then we had 3 other private tankers around, and we managed to bring the fire under control. It's just that the thick smoke that is causing inconvenience around is what has necessitated the coming in of the excavator to come and spread the fire load to enable us to pour water to get to the seat of the fire.
Okay, but based on initial findings, what possible cause is being investigated for the explosion that triggered the fire?
No, we are picking bits and pieces of what might have caused the fire, but this is too early to come and give it out to the media. And I would like to plead with you that if you wouldn't mind, we can suspend this one, and when at the right time, the answers will come.
All right, permission granted on that. But can you confirm whether there have been any casualties, injuries, or trapped persons as a result of the incident?
Yesterday, 2 gentlemen, one was a civilian, one a fire officer, fell from the height, and they were treated by the ambulance service and further transported to the Kulibu Teaching Hospital, and they are responding to treatment as I speak to you.
All right. Thank you so much for that update. And that was ACFO2 Nisawu Rashid Kwame, the Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana Fire Service, speaking to us on the Latebio Kwashi fire outbreak, which happened yesterday. You're still watching News 247 Live. Away from that, the Minority Caucus has expressed concern over the arrest and remand of Kwame Bafo, also known as Abronya DC, the Bono Regional Chairman of the NPP. He was ordered into police custody until September 12, 2025 on charges of offensive conduct conducive to breach of peace. The caucus described his detention as part of a wider pattern to political persecution, alleging that state security agencies are increasingly used to silence critics. They link this to a climate of fear where journalists, opposition figures and citizens face harassment for expressing dissent. Attention was drawn to communal violence in northern Ghana, which has left at least 31 dead and displaced nearly 50,000 people, with thousands seeking refuge in Côte d'Ivoire. The minority criticized the government's slow response, arguing that political crackdowns are being prioritized over humanitarian needs. They further warned of escalating threats against political leaders and called on the Ghana Police Service to act impartially and protect all political actors. The caucus accused the government of abandoning constitutional obligations, warning that judicial overreach and security failures are eroding democracy. Let's speak to Haruna Mohammed, who is the Deputy General Secretary for the NPP on this. Hello, sir. Thank you for your time on News 247 Live. How does the party respond to claims that Abronya DC's arrest reflects political persecution rather than due process?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to your viewers, other listeners who are using other social media platforms. What is currently happening in Ghana is very unfortunate. There is total silence in this country where people could have to shut up and media freedom is being curtailed. The freedom of speech as enshrined in the 1992 Constitution is something that has been tackled and something that is very unfortunate. What is currently happening is very condemnable. We cannot continue to have political persecution, selective injustice, or whichever form it is. The law does not work for some people and does not also work for other people. The law should continue to be the law. And that is why the General Secretary of the party has issued a statement kind of the culture of political harassment and persecutions and condemning such acts and calling on the IGP and His Excellency the President to stop those particular injustices and make sure that we revert back to the democracy we have all enjoyed. Why is it that we have lost touch of the peace process in terms of the world ranking? I think that the President should focus his mind on what is currently happening in Benyiri, in the Sola district, what is currently happening in Boku, what is currently happening in other areas across the country, both in Uti region and other places, including the Greater Accra. These are the security situations that is very much concerned. You cannot continue to select and want people to believe that you are abiding to the rule of law and the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
But what steps is the NPP taking to ensure political rivalry do not fuel insecurity or violence?
First and foremost, we have put out a statement. Several other individuals within the party have also put out some statements. We have called on the President. We hope that the President will hear or will listen to us. We have also called on the IGP for the mere fact that you have said that somebody has insulted you, and what you can do is to take the Black Maria. And if you know the history of the Black Maria carries hardened core criminals. And Abronya is not a criminal. It's not a hardened core criminal. People have used words that is worse of what Abronya is purported to have used on the IGP. And those persons that have even been convicted and called for arrest on the competent was freed by the Supreme Court of Ghana on the conviction of the case that the person should not be arrested because of the NDC. And people have threatened people's lives. Antonio Marquez's life was threatened. The national organizer of the New Party Party life was threatened. Masahudu's life, the third vice national chairman, his life was threatened. And we have called on the IGP. Avoka is still roaming. Aladi Abdul has committed a felony. It's roaming about, and the misdemeanor is being carried by Black Maria. Look, if the President wants the country to be ruled by him and controlled by the Constitution, it should follow what the law says. But if he wants to worsen the plight of the people of Ghana and wants to continue on that, we in the MPP will not allow it. We will use every legal means to ensure that the right thing is done in this country. If you want to go ahead and kill everybody, we will not allow this to happen. That's what we want the President and the people of Ghana to know. We have sat down for too long, and this is going to be the end of it. We will not allow it. Abronya must be released or be sent to court on a proper charges. And the rest of the people who have not been arrested should also be arrested. Kazoka is not about the law. That Alhaji Abdul Wahab is not about the law. They cannot do that and go out and go away. Then you go and arrest somebody who has sat on his own platform and said what he said. I will tell you, even 100 years, people will not rest in this country. If you want it to stop, we should stop it. Else, we will do the same thing to them. We will not just sit down and say, 100 years we'll do it. They should stop it.
Okay, so does that mean that there's going to be a payback when the NPP takes over power?
We will pay them back. I'm not going to retract it. If they don't stop it, we will pay them back.
Okay. All right, on that note, thank you so much for that insight, sir. And that was Haruna Mohammed, who is the Deputy General Secretary for the NPP, speaking to us concerning the arrest of Abonye DC. You're still watching News 247 Live. Remember, we are streaming live on our Facebook platform at Channel 247 and on YouTube at Channel 247 TV. Away from that, residents of Akwetia are appealing to government and their newly elected Member of Parliament to urgently fix the deplorable roads in their constituency. Despite repeated calls over the years, the situation remains unattended to, with locals warning that the poor road network is endangering lives and affecting access to healthcare. Channel 247 News visited the area and brings you more on this.
enye kura se nyankopon adom ama se bae no betwa akwan ni tumu a wutimi fa hakra koda kusi kwan nyame adom bedem na first de na nka kwan nam na so nyankopon ya adom akwan ne bedem no akase ebeguso yengusu emfuturo se ye hanom yi kura meti wo hwa me store mu honom a emfuturo pa egum no enya asem ketwa mehu amede wo so me hu a cha se emfuturo ekwan de akwati ade ye kwan de enyanti yesra ba MP a wabai oso obaye mpuntundwuma ye de ne ye hwehwe ne se mpuntundwuma no o memram
ye kwan esi epese ye ma ye osabere my estate ho de enye kura na ato akere Pentecost down ho ekọ Anglican school mo nyina ekwan na enye nti ye pese ekwan no ho no na ye ma ye zongo nso bebi kakra ho no a enkoye nti nka omo ye ma ya ka ye ni beje pa
so far akwati akrom ha de ya ha otitiru pa ye kwan akwati ye kwan de enye kura kwan ni nyina menyi bi mfim ba bi anye nti ye problem kese pa na ye kwan ba bi abefe bia ba bi ni ho a metimi aka se ye save enye easy kwa kwan ni nya kro de kwan ni nyina ba bi anye nti eno ni ye ha kese ye pese omo hwe no omo siesie man kama.
To some more stories, some suspended workers of the Ghana Water Company Limited are this morning picketing to demand reinstatement and protest what they describe as unfair treatment by management. On this, let's speak to Peter Rock, my colleague there, who is currently where the suspended workers are picketing. Hello, Peter. What more can you report?
Okay, so currently with the picketers here in the Independence Square, what we got here, we marched to the office of the Ghana Water, where they presented their petition to the MD, and the petition was taken on behalf by the HR. And so with them, all they are saying is that they've been suspended since February without being called back. And so they've just had an information that there had been a new recruitment. So they are furious, and so they are calling on the president to give a clear direction as in the MD directing them to return to work, because the MD, when they were suspended, told them that they were going to do auditing prior to the notice by the new government that any employment that was done after 7th December, that employment or whatever was going to be terminated. And according to them, they were employed last year, November 2024. So they see no reason why they were asked to go home. So they are calling on the new government to direct the MD, give a clear directive as in directing them or asking them to come back to work. That is all they are demanding for.
Okay. At what time exactly did the picket start, and has it ended as it stands now?
It's almost over. We started it around 10, and we marched to the office of the Ghana Water and presented a petition.
Okay, Peter. I mean, since you are still there and the picketing is still ongoing, can you speak to one of the workers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm currently with one of the conveners.
Okay.
Who is here with me to throw more light on it. Yes, sir. So you are live on Channel 247 television.
Okay. Actually, mission for today is we are suspended employees from Ghana Water, and we are here to demonstrate. So, as you can see, we went to the management to send our petition to them, and we've had our media engagement already. It's now time for us to organize, wrap up everything, and leave. And our main focus is that we are just pleading with the president and our MD that they should call us back to work. We were suspended for no reason, but upon meeting our MD, what he told us was there was some form of anomaly in the employment process. The company was giving clearance to employ 130 people, but then they employed more people. Instead of 130, they employed 281, which per our own head count, it doesn't tally with the same figure as the MD. Per our own head count, we are around 144 because we have regional reps in each of the regions who have collected the names of all the people in each of the regions, and we are around 144 people who were posted as of the time the incident happened. So we don't know where the other figure is. The information we are having is that we have some of our colleagues who weren't posted before the issue happened. As of January, as of February, some weren't posted, but we were posted. We were on duty. Myself, I was posted to Kumasi. We were working before the incident happened. So we are about 144. So today we are here. We are just pleading with the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to intervene on our behalf, to call our MD and tell him if the proposed audit he talked about is still ongoing, he should let us know. But I don't think there is something of that sort, because we heard just last month that he has given out new employment to people to begin duty on the 1st of September, which we feel is unfair. That is the reason for the demonstration today.
Okay, so before you take a leave of us, I want to ask you, since you are the convener, in an instance you don't get any results from the government, what then happens?
For now, let's not be in a haste to make judgment. We just submitted our petition, which we know our president is a listening president. Once this information gets to him, he will act duly to it. For now, we cannot propose the next step because we believe that our president is a man who believes in the democracy of the nation. He believes in the legacy of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, that fair Ghanaians need to be treated fairly. So we believe that we will be called. But with our next step, I don't think that we have to bring up something now. But once we are not called back, the only option we'll have is just to go the legal way, go to court. That will be the next step.
Okay, thank you so much for that insight. Well, we've been speaking to our colleague Peter Rock, and he's been speaking to us concerning the picketing by some suspended workers of Ghana Water Company Limited. And after speaking to our correspondent there, we heard from the convener as well. You're still watching News 247 Live. Coming up is business news. In business today, the Electricity Company of Ghana, the Ghana Water Company Limited, and Ghana National Gas Limited have submitted proposals for significant tariff adjustment for the 2025-2030 period, currently under review by the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. ECG is seeking a 2.25% increase in its distribution service charge, arguing that the adjustment is necessary to restore financial stability and sustain operations. GWCL has requested a 280% rise in water tariffs, citing the impact of illegal mining on water sources, rising treatment costs, and the agent's need to replace aging infrastructure. Ghana National Gas Limited has also proposed an increase in the tariff from $1.10 to $2.10 per million metric British thermal unit as part of efforts to remain financially viable. The PULC is expected to assess these proposals before any decision is made on implementation. Let's go over the phone lines and speak to Dr. Shafiq Suleiman. What will be speaking to him on this matter? Remember, you're still watching News 247 live. Away from that, Kenneth Gilbert Ajay, Minister of Works, Housing and Water Resources, has joined the Water Resources Commission to officially launch this year's World Water Day.
To protect, preserve and sustainably manage them for the health of our people, the growth of our economy and the well-being of generations yet unborn. For Ghana, a country whose heritage and livelihood are deeply intertwined with rivers such as the Volta, Pra and Cobra, White Volta, Black Volta, Tano Denisu, and many more. Today is a day of both celebration and reflection. This year's celebration, which is on the theme, Our Rivers, Our Future, is especially significant because it coincides with a period of profound transformation in Ghana's water resources sector. Over the last decades, Ghana has made significant strides in reforming water governance, strengthening institutions, expanding access to clean water, and embedding sustainability into policy frameworks. And yet, our rivers continue to face unprecedented threats. This paradox of progress on one hand and persistent challenges on the other must be addressed with boldness, pragmatism, and urgency. Distinguished guests, globally, the situation of rivers is a matter of growing concern. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, over 1/3 of the world's rivers are severely polluted, threatening the health of nearly 3 billion people. By 2050, the world will require 55% more water to sustain its population and economic activities. Yet, river ecosystems are under greater pressure than ever before. In Ghana, as I have earlier indicated, rivers are at the very heart of our national story. From the Volta River, which supports hydropower, irrigation, fishing, and transport, to smaller rivers that feed our farms and communities. Rivers shape our economy and culture. Nevertheless, our rivers' bodies face monumental threats from illegal mining, plastic pollution, deforestation of river banks, sedimentation, and climate change variabilities. Ghana has established commendable track record in water resources management. In the past decade, the government, through collaboration with communities, development partners, civil society, and the private sector, has established the Water Resources Commission and basin boards to manage water at the catchment level. Strengthen legal and institutional frameworks for river basin management, expanded access to potable water for millions of citizens through community water systems, and investment in Ghana Water Limited infrastructure. Embarked on reforms to reset the water sector, positioning it to become more sustainable, efficient, and climate resilient.
And that was it for business news. But on our regional desk today, as part of efforts to boost agriculture and improve yields, the Forikro Municipal Chief Executive Anwel Sadat Ahmed has distributed a second batch of farming inputs, including fertilizers, weedicides, and Wellington boots, to local farmers. Addressing beneficiaries after the exercise, he pledged continuous support, assuring them of another round of supply soon, as part of his commitment to strengthen agriculture and sustaining the backbone of local farming for economic growth.
But yeah, making sure that when we are so, we say, can you support a kid farmers or a pencil farmers or body, almost kaka, oh, yeah, as I see a munya and come back on a case by one. It's simple, never back century. There is a walk boom. I could put Guru Yaba. We are inside the country. Now, Muja Kudimuma. I give up a said, they say, what you mean in December, farmers, the young men, and so on, farmers, the river. If you do also, what you need about more new. Yeah, Baba, baby. You will get back KUST. Any other areas, no. I buy any coon, I get no buy ye. Our person will be because I'm more deep. It is some more human and Munkoswa, Ada, Minister Subabano, agree minister. Making no about this move from name. Why?
Still on our regional desk, the Upper East Regional Minister, Donatus Akumugri Atanga, on Thursday inspected the newly established temporary passport office situated within the premises of Ghana Commercial Bank in Bogatanga. The tour was to get first-hand information on the progress of work ahead of its official opening. There is more in the following report filed by Joshua Sarr.
The idea to open a temporary passport office became necessary after the construction of the original passport office came to a stall for over a year now. It was against the backdrop that the Alangugube group, natives of Bogatanga residing in New Jersey, mobilized resources to rehabilitate an existing structure belonging to the Ghana Commercial Bank for use as a temporary passport office. The minister, after his visit, expressed satisfaction with the level of progress made so far. He noted that the absence of a passport office in the region has long been a challenge for residents, forcing them to travel to the Upper West or Northern region to acquire the passport, a situation that particularly affects Hajj pilgrims and other travelers.
On behalf of the Regional Coordinating Council, so a new office has been started adjacent to the RCC, but because of the volume of work inside, we thought that would take us time, and so we decided to apply to Commercial Bank to use their premises, which was more or less, it was used as a car garage, and so we had to mobilize local resources to construct the walls and then the fittings and all that. So at the moment, we have about 4 rooms, very decent ones, completed fittings and everything. And so you can see the background, a very beautiful office. So what we are now interested in doing, I had engaged the Minister for Foreign Affairs earlier, and he indicated that if we get any befitting of office, they can come and commission and then start the services here. The passport services here. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank the whole Upper Easterners and then to draw the attention of government because this the NDC government, John Mahama's resetting Ghana, is of the view that they want to make sure that by the close of this year, all regions should have a passport office. And so that is why the people of Upper East thought that if we want to waste time to complete the main one, we will have an issue. So that's why we decided to improvise this temporal office for them. So we are calling on government to quickly come in and then start the passport office here.
Founder and chairman of the Alangungube Group, Gabriel Agambila, thanked all people who contributed to the establishment of the passport office.
On behalf of Alangungube, we want to thank the coordinating director and then the regional minister. We thank God that we have leaders who are listening. In fact, I want to thank the minister so much because whenever we call on him, even if it's in the middle of a meeting, he abandons everything and listens to us. And we still plead with him to continue to listen to us. And then together we would work for the upliftment of the region. And we want to thank him for standing solidly behind us and believing in us, believing that we will do a good job. And I believe we delivered. And the rest is left with the minister to communicate with his people down in Accra so that this can will open this passport office very soon.
To some more stories, the Vice President of the Central Regional House of Chiefs and Paramount Chief of Enyana Basa Traditional Council, Okwa Mankwa Kwame Akuno X, has urged chiefs in the Savannah and northern regions to lay down their arms to save lives and protect properties.
Parts of the Savannah and northern regions continue to suffer violent chieftaincy and land disputes, claiming several lives. Speaking at the 2025 Akwambo Festival, Okwamankra Kwame Okwonu X, also a member of the National House of Chiefs, appealed to the feuding parties to bury their differences, disarm and embrace dialogue. He stressed the need to allow children to attend school in peace, describing them as the nation's future leaders.
Vice President was Central Regional House of Chiefs. National House of Chiefs member. Yamina Dumala was a board chairman National Home Ownership Fund. Mikasa Oro Kwechi. Into the American day, baby ala akukuru koda oha omai. One more no one yantas, no one for 1,000 to home. One for a tune to home, no one pen on ye juma. One mamma friend won't go school. Some American madas, oya ahim for our own kunya, ahim for our alavanyo, ahim for our upper east, Bonku, ahim for our Savannah region. Yes, Ramhum, one more day. One give and take, one snazzy.
Meanwhile, the DCE for Ejumako Enyane Siam, Andrew Kojododu, called on chiefs to support efforts to improve sanitation in the area.
Money no battle once, ama yeyi yaraba akwa. Enoti insisaya asamre so ya ile ante bia ya ina nanum ni besia bosubia ye be ida kwesi homa aye traditional area bia no ye be yensesie ye be siesie ye krom ye fie ye fitiro ama infuse ye tumna ya eden ye ina kwa ozama.
Away from that, the Sini East District in the Bono East region is grappling with a severe educational crisis, according to local education officials. With more than 300 teaching positions vacant, the district is experiencing a critical shortfall that has distorted classroom ratios, a challenge typical of Ghana's most hard-to-reach rural areas. A report by Drisu Hamzata.
Like many hard-to-reach rural areas in Ghana, Sini East District in the Bono East region is struggling with a critical teacher deficit. The district currently has more than 3,000 unfulfilled teaching vacancies, a shortfall that has severely distorted the student-to-teacher ratio. In some of the most remote communities, the situation is dire. Reports from the District Education Directorate reveal that in certain schools, a single teacher handles as many as 6 classrooms, a burden that makes quality teaching nearly impossible.
I have over 300 divisions of teachers, especially when you go to the island, especially even west of there. You go there and about 6 classrooms, you have 1 or 2 teachers mind the whole place. And when you go there, you don't know what to do. Sometimes I go there, I become very sad. I don't know what to do. So in fact, I need over 300 teachers in the district.
The crisis is further compounded by the absence of accommodation. Over 20 teachers posted to the district have either abandoned their post or are forced to commute long distances daily, undermining consistency in classroom delivery.
There's no accommodation in the villages. So when teachers are posted there, they all move back to the districts. Then commuting between the districts and the school becomes a problem because they usually get there late. So that's also touching. And we don't have office accommodation. We don't also have bungalow for the director.
Beyond staffing, the district is also confronted with a significant digital divide. Many schools have never had access to a computer, leaving students disadvantaged in an increasingly digital-driven world. This lack of ICT access limits the ability to acquire skills essential for future education and employment.
In fact, we go to a place they've not been seen a computer before. So teaching of ICT in the schools is a big challenge.
In a passionate appeal, the District Education Director, Francis, is calling on government and non-government organizations to intervene urgently to provide teachers infrastructure and digital resources.
So I'm appealing that government and other opinion leaders or major agencies come to my aid so that together we make progress in the field of education.
Without swift action, the educational future of thousands of children in Sini East remains at risk. Officials stress that addressing these challenges is critical to ensuring that every child in the district has a fair chance at quality education.
Well, let's go to Latabia Okashi again, where there's fire outbreak, and speak to my colleague Jeremiah Masope, who is currently on ground. Jeremiah, what more can you report from Latabia Okashi?
Well, Rabna, I think for our viewers watching on TV, I want to believe what they are seeing is not reflecting what is on ground. When you come here, I think the officers from the Ghana National Fire Service are doing a great job here. And reports I've gathered so far has it that 6 forms have been brought here since yesterday when the incident happened. It's a Chinese manufacturing company warehouse where they keep their goods. But what caused the fire itself is unknown to the people here. And if our viewers can see in our shots, the men from the Ghana National Fire Service are still on ground battling the fire since yesterday around 2 p.m. when the incident happened. And as I said earlier, 6 pumps so far have been brought here to help deal with the fire. Let me try getting a bit closer. So if you can see, there is still fire in there with smoke. And okay, I can come forward, eh? Okay, so so if you can see in your shots, there is still fire, though the people are working. We are trying to open it up. Hold on. Let me get this clear. So Chief, kindly tell me, what are you trying to do?
So at the moment, you see the fire, the wildfire at the moment is spread out. So we are trying to have the excavator level it or bring it down so that we can see the seat of the fire as in go down. Because then it is a heap. So if you pour water, it doesn't go down, it still comes up. So we are trying to salvage it, open it up, and then now we'll find the pockets of fire, and then we'll pour the water, and then we'll cool it down.
But looking at how the residents have also gathered around, is it not affecting your work?
I mean, everybody has to do their job. The police is also there. They should also control while we fight the fire. So everybody has a responsibility to take it.
Thank you very much. So, Irabna, just as you heard,
okay,
these people are still trying to battle the fire here. As he mentioned, they are trying to open it up so they can see what exactly or where the fire is. I've been advised to get nose masks because the whole air is covered with smoke.
Okay. I mean, Jeremiah.
I'm away from, Ira.
I mean, you made mention that there are some residents observing the firefighting. Could you help us talk to some of the residents there?
So there you have it in your shorts. There are some persons who have gathered here witnessing what is happening. And we spoke to some of them, and they have been sharing with us their take on the issue. So if producer, if the video is ready, we can air it to our viewers. We tried getting to know what exactly caused the incident. One lady we spoke to made us understand that the information she got, it was as a result of cigarettes that was left in the warehouse that caused this. And looking at the staffs, there are combustible materials. We have baby diapers, we have baby shoes. So these are some of the things I can share with you that were in the building. So as you can see, these are baby shoes. I want to believe, and there are some shoes also here. There are some shoes, more shoes here, and then some diapers also there. So if our viewers can see clearly, these are some of the things that are in here.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
So if the video is ready, let's roll it for our viewers to get.
I was saying, and to me, oh, the assassin more. No, we are illegal. Kosher Janu, but me interview me. Kosher Janu, and yet the Chinese are killing us. It's our country. Country. What are they doing there? Interview me.
All right, Jeremiah, back to you.
Yeah, so just as you heard the woman speaking, a lot of properties are gone. Over 7 houses are gone so far here. Though the fire service is still trying to their best to. There are police personnel around who are also helping with the number of persons around here. Some persons would want at some point go for the materials that Chief. Now, fighting a channel. Now, what are you doing? So why would you even take it? For what? So these are some of the challenges the officers and then the persons from the Ghana National Fire Service are facing. Chief, can I please get your commander to speak to? Okay, so I'm trying to get the commander to speak to on the matter, so he can share with us how it has been so far. Is your commander? How things are going, especially with security here, and looking at how people are doing. Channel 247, please. We see your men are here. They are trying to help with the crowd around here. Now, some of the youth are also picking the items from here, and we see the men are trying to stop. How is the control going so far?
Oh, so far so good. On my arrival, I haven't noticed anybody trying to intrude. So maybe if that was earlier, fine. But for now that we are here, protection of the scene is quite okay.
But there is a report you've had from your men who are on ground. What have they been telling?
I haven't gotten any adverse report now that there has been anybody trying to take anything unlawful.
No, but with managing the crowd.
So far so good. It's not 100%, but it's not bad. It's okay.
So we can say the crowd are being responsive enough.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So just as we heard, that was the regional commander in charge. The divisional police commander. Oh, sorry. There's someone division. So I was told you were the regional commander. Sorry about that. So just
okay, Jeremiah.
That is what we have here. Yes.
I mean, we can see from the videos that the smoke is really thick, and so kindly be safe out there. And that was my colleague Jeremiah Masope bringing us updates from Latibio Koshi pertaining the fire outbreak there. And this has been News 247 Live. Before we go, a recap of our headlines. Abuabo Assembly member killed in clash with military at Impatrum. Also, Minority Caucus raises alarm over arrest of Abronya DC and growing threats to democracy. And in business, GWCL seeks 280% water tariff hike, blames Galamsey for rising cost. Once again, I'm Ravana Boateng. Thank you for watching and do enjoy the remaining of your day.
Channel 247, TV that excites.
Memo Wakaba at the Bar Spine Therapeutic Center. Ahano Yeshe Echinkasei, Eye Wechi Lumpe, Usisi Yawe